I'm going to show you guys the best way to automate your ad launching. So AdManage.ai has an automations feature that lets you pretty much automate your whole ad launching process. So instead of doing anything manually, you can have it all done through an automatic system. So I'm going to show you guys that feature right here. So what you want to do is just head over to AdManage.ai, go down to dashboard, and if you scroll down, you'll see automate under subheading and then automations. Just hit automations. Once you get there, you'll see my automations. But let's say I wanted to create a new one. You can create a new one just right here. This is what you see. This is what it looks like. So the first thing you want to do is set up a trigger. Now the trigger is the thing that once it hits that certain limit, then an action will happen. So let's say my trigger is within Meta Ads that I want to select an event. So let's say a performance threshold. Let's say my ad hits a certain number of spend or something like that. So then I select the ad account. I go down. You can select a campaign, but I'm just going to select an ad set. So I've just chosen my ad set, and the ad status is all with spend. Now you can also do active only and paused only if you wanted to. Then we go down further. We see performance criteria. So you can select a performance period. So it can be the last 7 days, 14, 30, 3, or 1, or even a lifetime. But I'm just going to do last 7 days. I'm going to exclude recent days as well. So let's say I don't want to include yesterday or the day before. So I exclude the last 2 days. And then the look back period is when the ad was created. So I'm going to do all ads and have no limit, but if I wanted to, I could add a look back period. And then the conditions per ad, or you can do an average. You can change this completely. So you can have it be spend or CPA, ROAS, CTR. You can have it be hook rate, through rate, engagement, anything you'd like really in this extensive list. I'm just going to select spend. I'm going to have it greater than, but I can also have it greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or equal. I'm going to do greater than, let's just say $1. Cool. Now you can even add another condition as well if you wanted to, but I'm just going to keep it just one. Then you can do a preview just to see if it finds any ads that actually meets that criteria that we've just set. And we've had one matching ad right here, but there's obviously probably more. But it's just a preview of what you have. So it's going to select continue, and now I choose an action. So now that we have a trigger, we want something to happen as a result, right? So I can either add to a Google Sheets, either do it to Snapchat, Axon, Pinterest, but I'm just going to show TikTok. So with TikTok now, I select my ad account, I select my ad group as well. So let's just select this one right here. We select the background music as well because TikTok requires that if it's images. Now we do add copy templates, so now this is all the templates I have for TikTok. So I'm just going to select, hey, there we go. And then the initial ad status, so you can have it be active in running immediately or paused. Let's just do paused and then finish. So there you go. That's literally your automation setup right there. So there we go. That's it, all done. So now we just hit save and then we just hit run. We can see it all doing the work right here. And there we go, success. Now, if I exit out of this and just head to the ad launcher and I scroll down, I can see here there's an ad being launched. It's in progress right now. We'll just wait for that to be successful. We just have it successful here. Let's say I wanted a new automation and I want it to be scheduled, so it happens on a recurring basis. What I would then do is just add a trigger, and the trigger would be scheduled. So we take a scheduled run, we want it to be on a weekly basis, we want it to happen every Monday at a certain time, so let's say 12 o'clock. Let's do it the next Monday coming up. Now if you want, you can have an end date for the automation as well, so it doesn't run indefinitely, or you don't have to physically pause it, it'll pause itself. So finish. Then now we add another trigger to add. When the performance threshold hits, we want to select an ad set. Cool, let's select a specific ad set. I've selected my ad set here. Performance period, we'll do last 7 days, exclude yesterday, and we'll do all ads, no limit. And then conditions per ad, we'll do spend greater than $1. Cool. Then we hit preview. Nice, we have previews here. Hit finish. And now I'll add an action. So let's say now I wanted to also go into another platform. Let's do TikTok again. Same process. Select the music, the ad group. Cool. Add copy template. Let's just do this one. And then let's say before this actually happens, before it goes to launching on TikTok, let's say I want to add an approval. So let's say I want someone to approve it before it goes into the other platform. So what you can do is add an approval required. And if you scroll down, you can have a notification method. It can be email only or Slack only, or you can do both. And then let's just select both. So let's say if I want to do both, I would select a Slack channel that's linked up, an email, and then a custom message as well, and the approval expiry date. And if it doesn't get approved in the time, then it will be marked as failed. And then you can just go about the launching process just like that. Again, you can work all your ads out from a spreadsheet. So if you select a trigger, which is Google Sheets, right? Let's say a Google Sheets, and then I add new rows to launch. Paste the spreadsheet ID. So let's paste mine here. Sheet 1. Header row, data start row, check frequency. We could do it daily, hourly, every 5 minutes. And then you can process existing rows. So let's say if I had an ad or a list of rows with ads that haven't been launched, I can toggle this on so that it will process all those ads. But if I toggle it off, now it's like any columns that I add now will be processed. So then I hit continue. And now I select a platform to launch from. Okay, cool. Now I've got my Google Sheets ready for new rows to launch. Let me select my action of meta ads, launch ad, select the ad account, select the ad set as well. And let's say I want it to happen on a recurring basis, right? But obviously it's going to maybe hit its limit. So then we auto split the ad. So it creates a duplication of the ad set. And you can set a maximum of duplications that would occur. Only because there's a few ads, we're going to turn it off, but you can have that if you want. And then launch mode, you can have it launch immediately or save as draft. And then the ad copy template, as it says here, ad copy fields are read from each sheet row. So let's say you already have your copy in your sheet, just click manual entry and then preview first row, and then it will read it, and then you'll be good to go. Obviously I have nothing there, so no data, but that's how you would do it. And the initial status, you can have an active or paused, finish, and then we run, and there we go, new rows to launch, just like that. So let's say I want to keep track of my ads. So let's say meta ad, it reaches some performance threshold, specific ad set. Cool, we've got our ad set, all we spend last 7 days, spend over $1. Cool, we hit finish, and then we add an action. So we want it to go to a Google Sheets, right? So we want it to add a row. We can even have it update a row or cell, but let's say add a row. We'll add the spreadsheet URL here, and then the column mapping, we want to add column. We want it to be in column A, we want it to be from the trigger, and then we want it to also include, let's say, the ad name. Cool, then we hit finish, then we just hit save, then we hit run, and there we go, it's done the task there. Now if I go to my spreadsheet, I can see it just added in here. So there we go, that's the ad name right there. It's been added automatically without any work. And again, you can schedule it as well, so it happens on a daily, hourly, or weekly basis to keep all your things more tidy and more organized, and to take more control from doing it from your Google Sheets. So one last thing I want to show you guys is the Google Drive integration we have with it. So if you add a new file to your Google Drive, you can easily have it be launched as an ad automatically. So let's say if I choose a trigger and I select Google Drive, and then I select the trigger event, so let's say new file in folder, I would then input the folder, the media type, check frequency daily or weekly, and then upload all files on first one. So let's say if I had ads there that haven't been launched, then I can just do that, hit continue, and then you select your meta ads, and then you go from there and you'll see it all launch and process. Now let's say if I was to have all my assets in AdManage, and if I wanted to launch it from there automatically, you can just do a trigger. So then you select media library, you have the board, so let's just say we want to select a specific board, and then let's just do test 2. Then the media type, we select images or videos only. We can do all. Trigger timing, so immediate on upload or when the media is approved. So let's say if you're an agency and you need something to be approved, then when it is approved, then you're good to go. And then the status, you want it to be approved, in progress, or archived. Let's just do approved. Hit finish. Then you want an action. So then the action would be, let's say it's a meta ads, and then you want to launch ad, and then you select the specific ad account, ad set, the ad set here, and then you go down, select the copy, and then finish, and then you literally save and run. And there you go. So one last thing, guys, what you have on automations is you have my automations. All the ones you've created are just here. You have toggle statuses on and off, which ad accounts for, when was it modified, and who created it. And if you go to templates as well, we've already built some templates for you, so you can easily just start doing this. You just need to fill in the little tabs, and then you're good to go. You have it for scaling, optimization, reporting, and you have all of them here. And you also have active. Let's say I have some active right now, and I want to pause them. You just hit pause, and then it will stop. And also approvals, so any approvals that need to be done for the automation, they will show up just right here, and then you can just approve it like that. Finally, you also have execution history, so any sort of automation that has happened, if it succeeded or failed, which user it was for, it shows up all right here. But every time an automation launches ads or does an action like that, you will go to your ad launch and you scroll down, and you'll see the ad launches here, and you'll be able to see, what's happened, when it's happened, to monitor it effectively. And also, let's say if I selected it as draft, so launching it as draft, if I hit launch draft, then I'll find all my drafts here to then launch myself.